and welcome to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Moseby and welcome to Colour Me Happy. Yay! I'm really pleased we brought back this show. I know it was a lot of people's favourite shows to do on a Friday, didn't we? And then it was on a Sunday. And now we brought it back to you on a Wednesday because, of course, Sheena Wednesdays. So loads of inspiration coming up over the course of this show. And let's make it a really nice, fun and interactive show as well. Anything, I know we've got Beautiful Beginnings coming up a little bit later on, which is that kind of sort of back to basics show. And we have that little part of the show where we might sort of sit down on the couch and have a bit of a chat through a few items and you can ask questions and stuff. But let's do that in this show as well. Anything that you want to ask when it comes to whatever type of colouring, get in touch. Anything you want to ask when it comes to the products on the show, get those questions in. And if there's anything that particularly that you want to see over the course of the next couple of hours, do let us know. Get those requests in. We're pretty much open to anything over the course of the next couple of hours. Lots to come. Lots on the website for you as well. Don't forget, with the countdown to the coronation this coming Saturday, isn't it? Wow, that is coming around very quickly. Feel free to use that code CROWN20. Where you can get 20% off selected items on the website. It's individual items, but that's not to say that you can't pop a few in and get that 20% off, but just put the code in at checkout and you will get that discount. And as I say, lots to look forward to over the course of this show as well. We'll say a few hellos to those of you who are already in, but before we do that, let's say hello to the lovely Sheena, who is over the other side of the studio. We're just going to hopefully inspire and have a bit of fun, aren't we, the next couple of hours?
We're going to play. Will be a plethora of colour and abundance. It'll be like a kaleidoscope of colour. I could go on. There's going to be lots of colouring. Different techniques, from easy peasy to a little bit more advanced to hopefully there'll be something during this next 2 hours that you think, oh, am I going to try that? That's what we're hoping to do, is to give you some inspiration to just try lots of different effects with cost-effective way of doing it too. Ink pads. Yeah. Who would have thought it? We're colouring in with ink pads as well. Look at all of your ink pads all lined up. And this is, again, I keep talking about poor John. Before I started, he said, yeah, Sheena's a bit different. We keep the counters a bit more minimalist, not as much product out, you know. I think he was trying to say tidy. I thought, John, I've known you for years, mate. Hello, let me introduce myself. It's not going to happen. I need my stuff here. Is that is that organised, or is that in? I have a plan. Shall I tell you my plan? Yeah, go on. There is a plan. Well, they're me permanent waterproof inks there. Yeah. Those two little babies there. This is the set that we have on the show that Ben's going to tell you about. Not that one. Them there. Yeah. That's that little bundle there. I think that's the set. And in here, I've got my purple and pink. I've got my browns. I've got my neutrals. I've got my blues. And the greens were all piled up, but they kind of like fell apart a bit, but there was a sort of a plan. Yeah. Oh, and it does look quite organised. I'm just looking at the overhead. We can see, and then you've got your art liners and your brushes to your left-hand side. Yeah. It is organised. It doesn't look organised from the front. No. But look at that, though. Creative chaos. Yeah. An organised mess. Yeah. You know where everything is. That's the main thing. I usually have things on the floor, holding patterns, and I know I'm not alone. I know if there's a surface, I'll fill it. Yeah. Doesn't matter how big. It could be a banqueting table. I'll fill that. I'll say, oh, but I need that out. Because if it's there, you remember to use it. That's it. Oh yeah. We'll wheel in the banqueting table for you next. Thank you. Next week. That'd be lovely. Yeah. Just stretch it out and just fill it with loads of like goodies. Like Penelope crafting. Yes. It could be Parker. Yeah. Who's my lady? That was brilliant. I should make a card now, Parker. Who's my lady? Would you like an ink pad? I'm beginning to worry that my role as top impressionist in the company is disappearing. I was about to do Parker, but I'm not going to do it now because no, I'm not going to do it because that was... Yes, my lady. Yeah, perfect. You see, we can have Parker. We're going to have a Parker off. A Parker off. Yeah. Do it. Yes, my lady. Yes, we'll make your card over here now, and then what was Lady Penelope? Which, hello, Parker. Oh, certainly, Parker. Certainly, Parker. Yes. We shall ink some cord now, Parker. Yes, my lady. Yes, my lady. Will one be doing some inspirational demos over the course of the show? One shall. Yeah. Yes, my lady. Oh, my lady, let's find out who's watching on the show, my lady.
I've got a really great Thunderbirds joke, which I can't do because it's not safe for this time of the day. Remind me to tell you after the show.
Definitely will remind you of that one. It's not in the book then, Ben. It's not in the book.
It's not in the book. Although having said that, after what happened on yesterday evening's show with the card, which you'll never mention again, we could probably get away with it. Shall I? No, I won't tell you. I was going to do the joke setup, but I can't tell you the punchline. Okay.
You were scared now, aren't you?
Yeah. No, I'm moving on. Ask me later on my socials and I'll message you the joke. Sarah Lee here is in saying, hi Sheena, hi Ben and the Crafters TV team, hello.
Hello.
We've got Nicola and also Charlotte steering the Good Ship Craft today. Stephanie Theodos is in saying, good morning Sheena, Ben, team and crafty friends. Hi Teresa Campbell, who says, good morning everyone from Peoria, Illinois. It looks like it will be a bright and sunny day. It's nice here today actually, and warmer. Janice Sutton's in from West Virginia. Diane Larigo says, good morning from Venice, Florida. I'm so excited to see Sheena. I've received my paint fusion set yesterday with the acrylic paints. I'm going to try her techniques today.
Ooh, fantastic. Just follow the instructions. Just go with it, just chill, just relax, it's all good. Remember to put a bit of acetate over your instruction sheet, paint over that, wipe it off with a wet wipe, baby wipe, something like that, and then when you're feeling confident, I've got that brush stroke, stamp it, paint it, very easy.
Hannah Gosling-Smith, hello Hannah, says good morning from West Sussex. First show of the day for me as I went to see the new Guardians movie this morning. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, I haven't seen any of those yet. You know what else I haven't watched? You know what I can't believe? We might be the only two people on the planet who haven't seen Game of Thrones. Haven't seen one episode of Game of Thrones. You as well?
I've never seen one.
You never have?
No.
No?
I jumped on it too late, I think, and then it's just become one of those things that I think it's so many series in.
There's like a million.
You can't catch up, can you?
Now. Yeah, no. I'm not. Yeah. They're on to a spin-off one now, I think. Yeah.
Oh, is there?
We've missed that boat, Ben. Oh. Let it go. Let it go.
Yeah. Let's do that again.
Yeah.
We just nah.
Yeah.
Jill's in from Yorkshire. Hi, Jane Quigley says, hey everyone. Hello, Ben and lovely Sheena. Hello.
Hello.
And Liz says, Ben, just let Sheena use the new warehouse. We could. That could be a new show, couldn't it? Sheena runs wild in the warehouse.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. Just that would be so much fun because I think the fun thing for me, because when you've been doing this for a while, I like to think, what's it meant to do? Does it do that well? Great, I'll have it. But what else can it do?
Yeah.
What kind of is it not, well, should we try this? Should we do this? Will it do that? That's a fun bit for me.
I just imagine some sort of a new feature where we let our experts run wild in the warehouse and then they can grab as many items as they can, say in a minute.
Like Supermarket Dash.
Yeah.
It'd be like Deal.
Super crafty sweep or something,
yes.
And then you have to get in whatever you can, and then whatever you manage to get off the shelves, you have 10 minutes to create something.
Oh, can you imagine some of the combinations we'll have? Oof, we could be splitting the atom.
Splitting the atom.
The atom, man.
Well, yeah, you're proper Geordie there, for a minute.
And seriously, back in Evesham, I cannot order a takeaway on the phone.
Can you not?
Get nothing you want. Nothing. Random.
They didn't do palmos down there, did they not?
I want fish and chips, then I've got a Chinese takeaway.
Oh dear. Oh, we're 10 minutes in already, look at that. And we've not done any crafting. I will get a slap on the wrist. So let us bring up today's pick of the day. It is the Sheena Douglass Showstopper collection. It comes with, loads and loads of goodies that will be very handy to use with these amazing stamps, which you can get your hands on. I am aware that a lot of people have already picked up the stamps over previous weeks. If you have, then this is your opportunity to settle back over the course of the next couple of hours, soak in all of the inspiration, ask those questions. Let us know if you've already received yours and you've already started crafting with them. Feel free to send in any pictures. But you're going to get, we've already got pictures coming in, by the way, which is marvellous. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. But you've got a lovely selection of gorgeous stamps, which you're going to be seeing over the course of this show. Your berries and lilac. You've got that gorgeous rose bloom and your Simply Sweet. Then you've got the beautiful poppies, which we saw earlier on Wake Up Call. If you missed that show, please go back and watch it because you're going to pick up so many great tips and inspiration. The butterfly. I do realise we had a message at the end of the last show with someone asking whether they could see the butterfly in use. So hopefully, maybe, we'll see that over the course of this show. And then this gorgeous daisy as well. Once again, want to see a brilliant demo using that stamp, go back to Wake Up Call this morning and you'll be able to see all of that. So those are the stamps that you're going to get within your Pick of the Day bundle. Then you're going to get all of these tools as well. Now, the way that it works out, the tools that we've bolted onto this bundle, what you would normally pay, you won't pay that within the bundle today. You're paying half price for them, basically. So all tools, again, which Sheena was using throughout the first show, the rocker blocks, really, really handy for getting that perfect stamp every time. Blending sponges, misters, like craft room essentials, and art liners as well. And again, sure you'll be seeing these over the course of this show. If you've been ever kind of stuck to know what to do with your art liners, stay tuned. Because Sheena has so many great ideas with these. Plus, you're going to get your watercolor cardstock in there as well. 20 sheets of that, the very best. So all of that comes as your showstopper. The other reason to grab this today is the fact that you're getting that discount. And you're also getting double points only for 24 hours. That's the Pick of the Day deal. Won't be here tomorrow at that price or with double points. That's the platinum price for you there. If you are somebody who's thinking, well, actually, I've already got the stamps, but I'd like the kit, you can buy that individually. The smaller bundle is available there, and it actually works out. If you buy that on its own, you get the rocker blocks for free. If you just want the stamps, you can get the stamps on their own as well. That basically comes as a smaller bundle, or you can buy them individually. And we've got lots of other goodies on the show for you as well. All the items that you're going to be seeing Sheena using, you will be able to pick up either in the Shop Today page, or indeed just by searching on the website, crafterscompanion.com.co.uk or .eu. Right, let us get cracking. Over the course of the show, anything you want to know, anything you want to ask, get in touch and send in those pictures to us as well, and we will maybe do a gallery at some point. But let's get going. Where will we start in this year's show? Well,
I think we'll go full on, full colour with an ink pad, using a blending tool on that fabulous watercolour card, and use the ink pads as you would imagine you're going to use the ink pads, as we probably do, either stamping them with them or we're blending a background with them.
Yeah.
Then we're going to do some colouring as we progress through the show. So I think we're going to use some Back to the Fuchsia, some honey pot, and we may even use some ocean blue. I want us to keep singing Ocean Drive when I say that one as well. It's in my head.
Ocean Drive.
That's
that one.
The one.
Lightning Seeds.
Yes.
Love that song.
No.
So
it wasn't them. It was.
The sun's going to shine on.
It wasn't the Lightning Seed. Oh, no, I don't think it was.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me. No, don't tell me. If it wasn't, it wasn't. It was. So don't say, Nicola. No, don't say it.
Oh,
don't say it. I'll get it in a second.
That's the show gone with me and Ben going, nope, don't tell, no.
Don't tell me. First person to get it.
Yes. Is it not? I know who it is. The Lighthouse Family.
Oh, I was close.
Yeah.
Lighthouse Family.
I might have had a bit of help, mind.
Wait,
yeah.
Wait, what?
No, as if I did.
Did you just tell Sheena then in her ear and didn't tell me? Ah.
And I heard it, yeah, you see? That's unusual for me because my hearing's not like that great.
I was right with the first bit though, light.
You were one with the light bit, yeah.
Yeah, light.
Lightning Seeds.
Yeah, Lightning Seeds, Lighthouse Family, same thing, isn't it?
Yeah, we like them. All good. All good stuff. Song for everything.
There's a song for everything.
Yeah. So what I'm doing, I am using this strong colour, bright colour. We're going full on colour. I'm using honey pot. All right, now I have to say, I have used quite a few blendable inks in my time. Back in the day, before blendable inks existed, you used to get a dye-based ink that it just stuck. You stamped with it, you couldn't blend it, you couldn't do anything with it. And then the event of blendable inks. And I have used so many. And I have to say, if I could choose one blendable ink, and this is honestly, you know me, I'm all about the quality rather than the cost. This would be the one. I'd buy these ones over any other blendable ink, any other that are out there, however long they've been around. These are the ones I want. These are fabulous.
Well, that is praise indeed.
These are, you know what, the colours are wonderful. They blend beautifully.
Yeah.
And the big ink pad, so you get more. And the cost is phenomenal. So winner on every level. I'm happy. Why not? Why would you not?
Wouldn't want a chicken dinner. And they do go a long way, don't they? As you say.
They do last ages. And that's the thing as well. They're not dry. They're really, really juicy. There's loads of it, because that's what you're paying for. You know, you've got your felt that holds your ink, because that's what's going to hold a water-based ink. This is looking a bit like not smooth at the minute, but that's okay. I don't intend it to do at the minute. It's going to all come together lovely very soon. I'm just applying colour. Then I'm going to, once you've got a level of colour on there, once you've got a certain amount of colour on your card, then you'll see it start to be smoother on the surface and blend across, because you have to kind of like, you know, get enough on the surface to then become smooth, if that makes sense. So what I'm looking at here, because I use these kind of primary colours,
yeah.
What I wanted, it was deliberate, because I want to show you how all those where they're meeting. So where I've got the blue and the yellow, I've got a green. Where I've got the blue and the pink, I've got purple. Can you see? So I've got all these, and I've got orange where the yellow and the pink have come in. So all of these colours, I don't want to use too much more of the blue. I'm going to go back in. Be careful. Leave the yellow alone. Okay, try not to cover the yellow, because you can't put it back to yellow. No. You can always dirty your yellow up, but you can't put the yellow back. I'm going over there just to strengthen the colour a little bit where I've got it. But that pretty much is looking sort of what I wanted. There now.
Cosmosy again, this one.
Sorry?
Bit cosmosy.
It is, absolutely. Well, we're not finished, wait till you see. This is just the first bit, Ben. Oh, we've got to, it's going to look even more cosmosy soon. So a bit more pink. Yeah. You'll think you're in a galaxy far, far away.
In a galaxy far, far away I'll be.
Perfect.
Yes. No, I'm not trying to out-impression Sheena just because she did an amazing parka at the start of the show.
Just be lady. You win.
You can guarantee tomorrow I'll be doing lots of those impressions, because it's May the 4th, isn't it?
Oh, you've got to do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
May the 4th be with you.
Oh, isn't that pretty, Ben?
It's gorgeous.
Isn't it lovely? That's because we used full-on vibrant colours. Right. I would honestly say if you're starting to buy some ink pads, start with, obviously you need a black in there, but then go with those primary colours. Your fuchsia, your ocean, and your honey pot. Fabulous 3 to get. And can you get that 20% off on those, Ben?
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
on the individuals,
you go,
yes,
Ben.
you can.
Right, shall we continue?
Why, aye.
Why, aye. Lovely. Champion. So
Champion.
I've got my sparkle pen. We're going to make it even more galaxy-like, Ben.
Yes.
So, sparkle pen. Shake it to wake it.
Yes, shake to wake.
Shake it to wake it. Also, when you store these pens, whatever the colour, store them on the side. Anything that's got a solid in it, a mica, a ground metal in it, anything that gives it bling, which is not a soluble item, store it on the side that has got the largest surface area.
Is that to stop it like getting all clogged?
Exactly. It disperses quicker. You do a little shake like that, and it's all that, the movement is going to get it mixed up quicker than if it's in a little kind of plug at the end, and you go, no, shake, shake, shake. And yeah, you've lost an hour.
Shake, shake, shake.
Shake it up, baby, now. Twist and shout.
Shake it up, baby, now.
That's the one.
Yeah. Twist and
right,
shout.
so I'm going to splodge some out there. Look, I'm not even using the pen, I'm just splodging.
Yeah.
And it's surprisingly little there. I got Brian the sponge.
Ah, yes, now.
Yeah.
Sorry, memory's just gone. We talked about the sponge. Is this the sponge who didn't make his appearance on the first show?
No, oh, sorry, it's Trevor. Brian's still at home. Sorry.
Ah, you got me excited.
Brian will be
then.
watching, and I'm not going to hear the end of it. This is Trevor the sponge. Brian hasn't not. We've got to bring Brian back.
Brian's not been on the shows yet.
He's not been on the show yet. I know. Really, kind of the grief I'm going to get when I get back.
Is that because Trevor's been doing a good job?
Trevor's like Story Thunder. Trevor's a bit of a climber, you know.
He looks.
It's like, seriously.
He looks good.
So anyway, he's a bit of kitchen sponge, but he's got ideas above his station.
That's it.
I've
not
cut
just.
him up, right, into quarters. I've pulled this out of it so it looks more like a natural sponge.
Yeah.
And I'm put some water on it and dampened it. Squeeze most of the water out, and then I'm picking up the bling thing, and I'm just gently touching the background. And this is, you'll see me do this background before, and I will do it again because it's such a fabulous background to do. If you haven't tried it yet, it is so cool. It looks super effective and it's so achievable. Yeah. It looks
just create your own Trevor.
Just yes, that's it.
Or Brian.
Well, you know, there's room for a Malcolm, maybe, you know.
Malcolm. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Malcolm's made an appearance yet.
No. Or a Derek.
Derek. absolutely. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to dry this. Okay. And this is where the bling's going to start to show. And what it's doing is it's making it look kind of like marbled.
That's incredible, yeah.
The more wet it is, the more marbled. You don't want that static sponge. You know, back in the day when they did like the room transformations and sponging looked very staticky, kind of dated sponging. If you have less water on your sponge, you'll get more of a repetitive spongy pattern. So you want to turn the sponge around. With a little bit more water, you don't need it soaked with the sparkle pen. You just need about that much that I put out there. With a little bit of water in your sponge, that's enough to get all this texture showing. And the amount of sparkle on here is phenomenal. When you see how little I used and got it to go over that whole area, I'm going to lift this up. And then what we're going to do, we're going to use, so you know what, the journey I'm taking you on, we're going to use the fusion stamps as silhouettes, as Dick Van Dyke would say in Mary Poppins. Terrible accent at the start of that. Can you remember that one?
I can remember Dick Van Dyke's accent, yeah.
I can't do the thing for that, but he did it.
He sort of what? What, Mary, wouldn't you? What, Mary?
That's the one, yeah. Silhouette Mary Poppins.
Silhouette Mary Poppins.
So we're going to do a silhouette.
Silhouette. I've gone to Parker now. A silhouette, lady.
Yeah, back to Parker. So let me show you what we've got here. It's important that this is dry for the next bit, which is why I'm taking a bit more time. Dried on the back as well. I've done this before and people have watched me dry and it's like, what are you drying it on the back for? It flattens out because you know you're drying it from both sides and all that core's still got all that moisture in it. So I think we'll show you what we've got here. We're not done. We're gonna. It's the start of something, a wonderful journey. I'm gonna.
Oh yeah.
It looks foil. It looks metallic. That's the power of the sparkle pen. Isn't it lovely? I would just be, I'm joyous, I'm happy. That's coloured me happy at the start of the show there. Hope it's colouring you happy. That would make lots of backgrounds. Some days, Ben, you want to create something, but you're not firing on all the creative cylinders. Days like that. You just want to do something nice just because you can. I would make a load of backgrounds, prepare them like that. Then we'll do the next bit that I'm going to show you in a minute. Tidy up a bit, yeah?
Love it.
Fab.
I love that. I wasn't, I've got to admit, expecting that sort of effect from that technique, but great combination there of colours, just using some of that sparkle, using the Trevor, you know. Be interesting to see what Brian would have come up with there, but Trevor doing a great job with that background. Sharon is saying, good morning, Ben and Sheena. I so look forward to Wednesdays to see Sheena creating. Every time I think I don't need something new, then I see these gorgeous stamps and I can't live without them. Have you bought them though, Sharon? Have you grabbed them today? That is the question. If you haven't yet got them, you can go for the Showstopper collection, which is on the screen, or just go for the stamps on their own. Showstopper price on the screen. You get all of these tools included as well, the rocker blocks, the watercolor paper pad, the sponges, the misters, and the art liners, plus one of our waterproof ink pads. If you just want to go for the stamps on their own, there is a bundle available for you on the shop today. And good morning also to Sherry Miller, who says, hello Sheena and Ben, these shows have been awesome. And I've learned so much and always do with Sheena's colouring. Fantastic, Sheena, says Stephanie Theodos. And Lillian says, Ben, oh, this was relating to the, sorry, yes, Ben, we can't spend the entire show sifting through your old memory, but less of the old, I'm not that old, through your old memory banks. I'm 35 now, yes, turned 35 at the weekend. Elaine says, what an amazing technique. What an amazing technique, right? Incredible. Was anybody else expecting that background to come out like that? I wasn't. And we can now, I think, have a look at the next part of this. Right, so what I've done,
Ben, just to save some time, because I'm going to do it again, I've used the daisy from the Daisy Paint Fusion stamp, the one that's elongated, because I think that looks better in silhouette form.
Yeah.
And I've put little, just change the angle, and we've got to have five of them, because even numbers, it's not allowed apparently.
It's got to be odd numbers, isn't it?
It's got to be odd numbers,
3s or 5s.
So maybe we'll have one, maybe really high up there like that. That's a really tall daisy. Right, so I've got the daisies in, and I've used the waterproof dye ink for that, okay? So that's the daisies in. Now, I don't know how much of the daisy leaves we're going to use, because I want that really strong profile in silhouette. We'll see. We'll put a couple in. It sounds, I know, that we'll see as we go on.
I see it.
Hopefully make it clear. So what we need is something that looks very strong, because when you're creating, when it's going to be a silhouette, which is what I'm going to do with it, the outside shape needs to be quite distinctive, Ben, because you're not going to get the detail. Yeah? You're losing that. So you need to make sure that what is there tells the story, kind of thing. So that's what I'm working on now. So we'll put another one, maybe there. And when they're going to, so with these leaves, they go both ways. They go one facing to the right, one facing to the left. So that's what makes it look a little bit more natural too. So inking them up again. I've got ink everywhere, all over my rocker block. That's what I love about rocker blocks. You can speed stamp and be as messy as you want, and it doesn't transfer, does it?
It doesn't. Do you ever use the stamping platforms, you say, or not really? You tend to just use rocker blocks?
I do use them sometimes, but the rocker block is just so good at stamping that it's quicker. I'm that impatient crafter, as you can see. I haven't got time to put stuff away. I haven't got time to tidy up. When I'm in the throes of the creative kind of process, there's like it's tunnel vision and nothing else. It's not even on my radar.
That's it.
I'm just going for it. So what I'm going to do, just wipe this up here, and now what I'm going to do is use the markers, these acrylic markers.
Oh yeah.
So I love this set. You get the white.
Yes.
You get the black.
You do.
You get the silver and you get gold.
Yes.
It's a fabulous basic kit to have to add to your other kit. That's what I'm going to use to make these silhouettes. So I've got the black. Now you need to give them a shake, and then it's like a valve. So you need to squidge them down to get the paint coming out, and they're acrylic. So I'm going to colour in the daisies like this. Now, this might take a while, more than, but if we've got the time, we'll just do it. It's quite mindful. We can talk about other things, I'm sure, Ben, as we do this. More cartoon things, yeah. Oh, Ben, did I tell you about me terror poppy story from when I was a kid?
Your terror poppy?
Yes, well, yeah, 4 poppies say triffids as well in my book, right? You know, remember the Dave the Triffids, the plants that walked?
I do remember that TV show used to scare the living daylights out of me.
That was terrifying. Well, poppies scared me as well.
Poppies?
I'll tell you why, Ben.
Oh, here we go.
So, as a young'un, you know, when we used to go out for a Sunday tootle, a jaunt, you know.
A tootle, yes.
Usually being in the north of England, we ended up in Scotland, you know, that kind of thing. And one particular Sunday, when I was really young, I was in the back of the car, and we used to start pick wildflowers, things like that. My mother would press petals in her cookery books and stuff like that. And as a young'un, I was in the back of the car, and I just thought, I picked a poppy and said to my mum, so it was a breakdown in communication, I have to say, on my part, but I must have only been about 3, so that's my get out, and also my mother, okay? So here's my question, Mum, can you smell a poppy? Meaning, if I was thinking a bit further on and being a bit more correct, Mother, does a poppy have an aroma?
Yes, yeah? Right, okay. Yeah? Yes.
I didn't say that. Mum, can you smell a poppy?
Right.
So my mum, again, would have said, no, darling, they don't have an aroma. But she didn't. She went, no, you can't smell a poppy. So I thought that meant you're not allowed to smell a poppy.
I see.
Right, in my mind, no, you're not allowed. So I was not a rebellious kid. I mean, I was not. But I thought, I'm going to smell a poppy. So I did it. I held it up to my nose, and I did it so quickly, because I thought I'm going to get into trouble here. And I sniffed that hard that the poppy petals closed over my nostrils, Ben, and actually, like, stopped my airways, right? Like, because they're very fine, and they go, and it's closed over me nose. And I panicked, and I thought, oh, had I known as an adult now, just breathe out, it'll be fine. Oh, just don't breathe in anymore. So I panicked, so I pulled the poppy away, threw it, and I never said anything for the rest of the journey. I thought for a lot of years that poppies were dangerous.
When did you find out that they weren't dangerous? When
I was in my 40s.
40, oh.
Yeah.
Wow, I can understand why you'd be terrified, because stuff like that does leave you sort of scarred as a young child, doesn't it?
Because they're so delicate, the petals, that because I sniffed through my nose, and they just kind of like woof, like a valve, closed over me nose. Yeah, panic, total panic.
Almost death by poppy.
Yeah. So just be warned, if you're going to smell a poppy, do it carefully. And actually, they don't have an aroma, no.
No, so don't even bother.
Just let it go now.
Just let it go. Don't bother doing it.
I have the trauma for you, so you don't have to.
And all of that in the back of a car on a car journey? In
the back of the car journey. I didn't say a word for the rest of the journey, Ben. Silent. Well behaved.
Do you know, talking about car journeys, isn't it funny, like the things that you remember for probably, I'd say it's probably a good 4 or 5 years. Again, parents being parents. It was around the time, do you remember the TV show Knight Rider?
Yes, yeah. With the Kit, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Michael Knight and Kit the car.
Yeah.
I used to love that TV show. And he used to have, like, Kit had all of these different things, didn't he? He could, like, talk, and he had super pursuit mode where he could go like 200 miles an hour. And he also had this button which Michael could press, like, so if they came to like a roadblock or something, and you think, oh, it was like a wall, you could get over that. It was called Turbo Boost.
Wow.
And so Michael could press this button, and like Kit, like the back end of Kit would like jump up and like fire him into the air so that he could overtake like something that was in front of him, or like get over a wall. And I just remember this one car, I don't know where we were going. I was chatting to my dad, you know, whilst he was driving, and saying about, you know, Knight Rider and whatnot. And he was like, oh, well, this car, we've got the Turbo Boost in this car. It was like a Vauxhall Viva.
With Turbo Boost.
With Turbo Boost. And every time he used to go, right, see the car in front? I'm going to do the Turbo Boost now, but you've got to close your eyes. I fell for it every time. So I closed my eyes, little 4-year-old Benny.
Yeah.
And then he'd be like, wait there, wait there, wait there. All right, Turbo Boost. And I'd open my eyes, and he'd be like, look behind you. And the car that was in front was behind. And I didn't realise for years until I was about 32 that all he was doing was just pulling out and overtaking the car in front. I never even realised.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, bless.
I know.
Did you do that thing when you were like, are we nearly home? Yeah, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 more minutes away. And it was like you weren't. You were like an hour and 5 minutes away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the time. I used to do that to my, well, I still do it to the kids now actually, because it will say on the sat nav, won't it? You know.
Yes, that's it. You can't try to do that anymore, can you?
You have to sort of angle the phone towards you just a little bit, you know. And if it says like an hour, you tell, oh yeah, half an hour. Then of course my wife would lean over and go, that says an hour there. I said, you're not playing the game.
Yeah,
the game is tell them it's shorter so that they won't keep nagging.
Yeah, you can't fool kids anymore now. They're kind of like the more like
they all know
savvy than we are, aren't they? On the tech.
Yeah, and if you tell them a lie, they've probably got sat navs on the phones anyway, so they can check themselves, can't they?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's it. Absolutely.
Although I do think that car journeys are easier now with the fact that kids have so many different things. You know, when it comes to tablets and games consoles, and you see the posh cars with the screens built into the
into the dashboard and stuff. Yeah. I watched a film, and I don't know what it was, but it was just, again, that was the thing. It was like, back in the day, we had to just sit in the car, and that, you know,
I Spy.
Count how many blue cars are there. Or,
yes. Or did anyone else play like the number plate game where you'd see the number plate in front, and then you'd have to try and make words out of the letters and the.
Well, I did that a lot when I lived in America. A lot of the cars had words that made sense to other people, but I could never work them out. They were like a plate that they'd chosen to say something, and I never could get it, even when it was a deliberate thing. Yeah.
People with personalised plates, eh?
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh. Nicola once said she drove behind someone whose personalised plate was CEO. I wonder what their job title was.
Yeah. Right, so there we go. Daisy silhouettes.
Marvellous.
Isn't that pretty? So it's a way of making what I would do to finish that off is I would absolutely, to make that the centre look brighter. Oh, one of my cards has just fallen over there. We're going to make the outside a little bit darker. So this is where your black ink comes in. So be brave, all right? So there's two. We discussed this earlier, noir or jet. It doesn't matter in this situation. I'm just going to use whichever. So be like I say, be brave. use a little bit around the outside like this, go around there, and what will happen is it's drawing your eye to the centre and making the bright bit look even brighter. It's all about contrast.
Yeah.
You know, the dark and the light, the bright and the dull, and shiny and matte, as much as you can do with that kind of thing. Just gives it interest, doesn't it? And drawing the eye in again. This paper, this watercolour paper, is an absolute joy to use. It's lovely. And you would just absolutely, if you get that paper, keep it for your creative, like kind of inking, colouring projects. Don't use it just for a little, you know, a construction, definitely not, or something that isn't colour intensive.
Yeah.
Use it for when you want good control to do that. So there you go. That's
beautiful.
The first card done there with the paint fusion, but in not a non-fusion fashion.
I love it. Stephanie says, I wouldn't have thought to do this. It looks great. Why are you tapping on the glass, Sheena?
Right, good question. Because it's Morse code.
Yes. Get me out of here.
Bring me more cake. It's a valve. These pens work on it because it's actual acrylic paint in there. So you've got to shake that to keep them going. Yeah. And then it's a little valve. So you basically press down. I'll colour this middles. I'll colour the middles in. We'll do a different middle. And basically that's what gets the paint flowing. Which is fabulous. So it is really, these are a great add-on and accompaniment to your paint fusion acrylic paints because it's acrylic and acrylic. You can add a little bit in, you can put a bit of detail in there if you want. Now that's still a bit wet, but the white, if I'll show you this with the white, it's the same deal. I think it's a great set to have. Yeah. So again, you just pump that there like that to get that going. That's still, like I say, I'll try, but I might get some black on me my white pen, but you can just put little highlights of that, and actually if you're quick you can just take a little bit off.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And this is a great pen for clouds. We'll do a background shortly. We'll do a scene and we'll make some clouds with this pen and let you see how that would work for that too. So like I say, if you're quick, just dab a little bit off there, and if you're quick with a little bit of water, you can take you can water it down, but once it's dried, that's it, it's dried, it's on there, it's not going anywhere. So if you ink over it or anything, it'll repel the ink, it won't release again. So you could wash over it afterwards with your inks or paints, and it's all good. So there you have it, first card, silhouettes. Different way to use them.
I absolutely love it. And just recap as well, because I know people joining us all the time. Evelyn just says, what kind of card did Sheena start with there, please?
Let me show you. It's my new love. This is there's so much since I've come back that I'm thinking, I love this, I want that, I need this. This card, I buy a lot of watercolour card, and you know, certain brands, if you just say there's the brands, like there's a French one, there's an Italian one. If you're into watercolouring, it can be an expensive thing to buy good watercolour card. This is a joy to use. This is actually really easy to use, and it does everything that my silly price watercolour card that I've been buying does, Ben. It's really fabulous. It's created to work with watercolours, so it means that you blend on the surface better. When you colour in, it just the colours are easier to move across the surface and blend one into the other. We'll do some colouring in shortly, and I'll show you. But for 20 sheets on that, and is there a deal on that as well?
Yeah, so you've got 40 sheets there on the screen. So you buy one pad, and we give you a second pad for half price.
Oh, that is fabulous. Oh yeah, it's there. The clues are there.
Yeah. That's all I do. I just read off the screen. I mean,
I have to say, so you get 40 sheets.
40 sheets for $16.78.
Oh, honestly, I've looked at even the inexpensive watercolour card, and it's been that price or a bit more for the like real affordable stuff. The basic is the basic, but still the better than regular card, and it's nowhere near the quality of this. Trust me, honestly, you know me and colouring and products like that. I would say it was good for a beginner if I thought it was good, but it's not. It's brilliant. I love it.
Yeah, and as we found out earlier on, you're off to a winner if you start off with good paper, good cardstock. So this is the way to go.
Absolutely.
Your 9x12 premium watercolour paper. It's a 2-pack, so 20 sheets you pay full price for. Then we give you the second pad, 20 sheets for half price. So that is £16.78 if you're platinum, $19.18 if you're shopping in the US and you are a platinum member. You can, of course, also get the watercolour paper pad, one of those in the bundle, which is there. That Essentials toolkit put together by Sheena comes on its own as a kit. However, if you go, oh, well, I like the rocker blocks and I like that watercolour pad, and I also like the sponges and the misters and the outliners, and I love all of these new stamps, then you go for the Showstopper. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Punch and Judy show. That is the way to do it if you want the best value for money. Debbie Durant.
Yes. Deborah
Durand.
Yes.
Says, I'm supposed to be making samples for next week's shows, but I keep getting drawn to the screen. Shh, don't tell her.
Yeah, heard it. Heard it. Yeah. Ba ba ba. Busted Durant.
Busted Deborah. Tess on YouTube says, let's declare Wednesdays as International Sheena Day.
Oh, I love it there. Thanks. Yeah, well, there you go. Global.
Every Wednesday, though. Surely it'd have to be... Oh, well, you want every Wednesday?
Yeah.
Oh. Every Wednesday. I love Sheena Wednesday, says Lillian Kwok. I cannot believe that this is your 4th week.
I know.
I
know. Where to go? It's a joy. It is a joy to do. And I'm not just saying that. It's a lovely atmosphere. Amazing team. We're just a joy, and I hope that comes across that we're having fun.
We are.
Because we're all enjoying what we're doing.
We are, absolutely, and hopefully you're picking up loads of ideas, hints, tips, and you're thinking, wow, this is amazing, and you're going to try lots of these ideas for yourself. Just popped in, says Coletta Cooper, and I'm blown away. How cool, Sheena. Sarah Ibbotson says, fabulous cards, Sheena, so effective. And Colleen Passardi says, Sheena, thank you for showing us so many techniques today. That's just today as well. Says, I've learned so much. I can't wait to try and rewatch both shows so far from today. So everything you have shown, I will remember. And don't forget, you've got 3 weeks worth before this that you can go back and watch on YouTube, or indeed on the Book of Many Faces. Probably the best thing to do is go back to YouTube, subscribe to us, and then you can basically watch back the shows to, well, the year dot, basically. And then you can create your own little playlist. You get notified when shows go live. You can make your own little playlists too. So that's probably the best place to go. If you've missed any of these shows over the course of the last few weeks, go back, because you'll find more hints and tips and demos with these stamps too. However, if you want the inks that we've got on the show, you'll find a lot of the water reactive ink pads in this bundle. The ones that you don't find in this bundle, you will be able to search for. I don't think they're in the shop today, but if there's a particular colour that Sheena's used and you like that, search for it in the search bar, and that's when then you can use your code, that Crown20 code, to get 20% off individual items. But in this bundle, we have got the anthracite. You've got Plum Jam, Midnight, at the Oasis. Who sang that?
It was a woman, and it was an unusual name.
Oh, the original you're thinking of, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm thinking the original. Yeah.
Melanie, someone.
So always go back as far as you can, because you know when they say, if you remember this, share.
Yeah.
I have to share everything because I remember everything now, that age.
The Brand New Heavies did the 90s version.
Right, well, it was a lady, and I can't remember her name. But
a lady?
It was a lady, a lovely lady, and I can't remember her name.
It was Melanie something. Midnight at the Oasis. It began with an M. Definitely began with an M. Maria, don't tell me. Oh, Maria Muldoon.
It was something like that. Yeah, that's. I knew it wasn't one I knew mainstream, but I knew it was a lady.
Maria Milady.
Milady. Lovely song.
Anyway, that was Midnight at the Oasis. Then you got Ocean Blue.
Ocean Drive.
Ocean Drive. Then you got Crushed Velvet. Crushed Velvet.
No, Blue Velvet.
She wore blue.
That one.
Bobby V.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Velvet.
Yeah.
Wah, wah, wah.
Oh, I can't find me Crushed Velvet. What colour is the Crushed Velvet?
Purple.
Oh, white. Hang on.
You not got that one? Do you want to buy this one?
Yeah, I haven't got Crushed Velvet.
I'll wing it your way in a minute.
Oh, thanks.
You can have that. I mean, not have it, but borrow it. Then you've got Bordeaux. You know. Yeah. Straw bale.
Straw bale.
No, his brother, Christian.
Which one?
Christian.
Yeah.
Fuchsia.
Fuchsia.
Sandstorm.
Sandstorm.
Sandstorm. And then your smoked pearl, mate. Nice bit of smoked pearl.
Which one's that one? Smoked pearl.
You know that
I
either?
didn't even know that one was in that. Nice. I love those.
Do you want to borrow those two then?
There you go. I got that one now.
What one?
Moved over to the bundle.
Oh.
So the only thing I'm missing is the crushed velvet.
Oh, well, I'll send that one over your way because we're going to have a break apparently.
Cheers.
£32, $48 is the platinum price for that collection. It is on the Shop Today page. Let's have a break. In the break, make sure you get your baskets, your carts checked out. Any questions, feel free to fire those in. Anything else you want to see over the course of the final hour or so, ask us and we will come back to you in just a few moments' time.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comfort of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop Today button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze.
We get to know people from places and walks of life that we wouldn't come across in our everyday life if it wasn't for Crafters TV and doing what we do.
I got so many lovely comments from people when I started doing the presenting, and it was just really such a lovely feeling. And it's nice that people keep messaging in. You know, we see the same people, and we know you can build up that kind of relationship with those people. So it's just the fact that people like what we do and they're pleased. And I do love it when people send us photographs of the items they've made.
We talk about customers, but really they go in as a customer, come out as a friend. The support that I get is amazing. The messages I get are amazing.
Me personally, it is personal interaction. I've never had the best of health. I've always been open about that with our viewers at Crafters TV. So many people are in the same situation as me health-wise. Other people have got a completely different health issues. They understand and they relate to what I'm going through, what others are going through. So whether we interact on a crafting basis or whether we interact on a health basis, a personal basis, we're all there to support one another. It is incredible.
The reaction of viewers when they come to meet us is worth all of the early mornings when we have to get up for our early morning shows.
Some of the customers come on as craft ambassadors and things like that, craft along with us, and being able to actually chat with them on air. I love it. I really love that connection with them.
We've had lots of shows where we've done like craft alongs, especially where we've had viewers craft along with us. We had a particular viewer, Joy, who joined us once before, and she literally made me cry on air, and Joe, because the things she said about us, it really was quite humbling that there are people out there that watch us and invite us into their living rooms and really treat us like family.
Welcome back, everybody. So much love coming through for this show. Lots of lovely comments. And if you've got any questions, fire those through. We'll be doing a bit of a back to basics corner and a sit down later on during Beautiful Beginnings. So anything you want to fire our way, be it to do with anything on this show or just kind of like colouring and techniques in general, you can ask us. And read the licence plate. Cindy says, Sheena, we call those vanity plates.
Really? Right.
It's quite popular where I live, as Uni's mascot is called CY. We have cars with Psycho or Psychic in them.
Yeah, I could never work them out. Never. Didn't get them.
No.
I learned to drive in America, you know, Ben. I had my driving licence in California before it was in the UK.
Did you actually?
Yeah, really, yeah.
What's the driving test like over there?
Oh, serious? Oh, so easy. Because it was an automatic to start with. And I was only at about 7 minutes. And there's 3 levels. And I got instructor level. I got like 97%, something like off the chart kind of thing. And that was great. And I was there for 3 years driving. I'd come home and then got myself a little Fiat Panda with a Go-Fast swoosh.
Oh, yeah.
And I couldn't even get it started because it was a stick shift. It was gears. I didn't have a clue.
Do they have stick shifts in America?
They had them, but not very many. Not many. Mostly automatics. I use an automatic now. It's easy. Just for long distance, it's great.
Do you know what? I've always thought that. I mean, not that I know that much about cars, but I've always thought, like, I think my next car might be an automatic because why do you need...
Yeah.
What's the point in having the gears there to change?
It's easier for long distances and things. Yeah, great. Yeah.
That's why I like mine. I mean, I haven't got a new car, but my car's about 10 years old now, but it's the nicest car I've ever had. It's the first car I've ever had cruise control in.
Oh.
I don't know how I live without it.
I've never worked that out. I haven't been brave enough to do that.
Have you not?
Out. No.
Oh,
no. But even automatics, it's easy enough. But yeah, I've never tried that one.
Yeah, but cruise is lovely because you can just set that speed.
Yeah.
Bang on 70, of course.
Yeah.
On the motorway.
Oh, yeah.
And off you go, just relaxing. Chilling to your tunes, bit of Maria Moldauer going on the radio.
Oh, yeah. There you are.
Happy always. Anyway.
Greatest hits.
Greatest hits, Maria Moldauer. That one on replay.
Yeah.
Bit of the Lightning Seeds and the Lighthouse Family.
Yeah.
Going in as well. Same thing, yeah. Same thing. I do have quite an eclectic mix of music on my little phone. I have my playlist.
Me too. Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. Different genres, different decades. I love all that. Yeah, absolutely.
I've got like swing right through to hip hop.
Yeah, not as much hip hop.
No.
Yeah, but modern. Yeah, new stuff as well. Yeah.
If it's good music, it goes on.
Exactly.
If you missed yesterday, launched our brand new paper pads, the Summer Meadow paper pads collection. £24, $33.60 for this set, where you get, not only the 12x12 paper pad, but also the 6x6 and, I want to say, like for the first time actually, the loose sheets of our linen cardstock, but in 12x12. We normally offer you that as an A4 option, so really nice that we've given you that in the 12x12 to work perfectly with these gorgeous, gorgeous papers. So much to love about these. Lots of snippability. A lot of chat yesterday about people using these potentially for their scrapbook pages. But what I love about these is not only have you got these beautiful summer meadow images, the floral bouquets, the butterflies, the depth and detail within each of the papers, but you've got lots of snippability because there's plenty of little frames that crop up in here too. But I think, as I said yesterday, this is gorgeous. I can just, like this one, for example, what a lovely layout for a scrapbook page that might be there.
That's lovely.
Isn't it?
Pretty, yeah, they're lovely.
Almost sort of done straight away for you there. But two of my favourite images, that one.
Yeah, lovely.
Just like lying down
gorgeous.
in a summer's meadow on your picnic blanket.
Summer breeze.
Makes me feel
That's
fine.
the one.
Isley Brothers.
Yeah.
And then...
Yeah, definitely.
That's definitely the Isley Brothers.
Definitely.
We agree on that one. And then that one, how gorgeous is that? Yeah. What's in the butterflies flutter away. But you've got so many lovely designs in here. And again, just to show you, making it nice and easy that you've got the matching reverse on all of those papers. So it just makes it a really, really joyous experience to mat and layers all of those together. You get 36 sheets, 12 designs, 3 of each. And you've got your 6x6 as well, which is a shrunken down version of the imagery that you get within the 12x12. And then we give you a pack of linen cards to work with that as well. It's 16 sheets in the 12x12. And as you can see, all of the colours match up perfectly with all of the colours that you've got within your paper pads. It just makes it a really easy crafting experience alongside all 3 of those paper pads. £24, $33.60. Very busy for those yesterday, same price that we had yesterday. And indeed, if you want to go back and grab more, please feel free to, because they are beautiful. Hey to Colette, he says, I learned on a stick shift. My first lesson from my mother. We never got out of the driveway from cracking up. Oh, right. Lol. Yeah. I'm terrified about teaching my kids to learn to drive. George is 15 now, so he's not far away from that big day. Yeah. And I've just, you've got to have nerves of steel, haven't you, to teach someone, if you're not in a
someone, yeah,
dual control car.
Especially if it's like a partner, it can lead to no end of arguments and stuff. Yeah, it's just, yeah, it's tricky. Good luck. Enjoy.
Thank you. Watch my car insurance go through the roof.
That's the thing with young'uns now, is getting them insured as well. It's phenomenal, isn't it?
Costs more than buying the cheapy second-hand car, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Tess says, my car is a 1989 model and I'm never parting with her. What sort of car is it, Tess? Let us know. Sherry Miller says, Ben, get an automatic with seat warmers. It will change your world. Oh, I like that.
I had that. I had a heated steering wheel and seat warmers. It was lovely in the winter.
See, I can understand a heated seat, but there's not a heated steering wheel make you sort of go,
yeah, but you know, in the winter when it's freezing cold and it's like, and there's frost on the outside of the car and you don't want to hold the steering wheel, you go, it's too cold. Lovely.
You know what I want, and I don't know what car it is, but I'm sure Debbie says her partner Al's got one, like one of those cars that's all like Bluetooth and so you can get it to like demist and warm up and get ready before you even get out there.
Is that kit you're talking about again?
Oh, maybe it is. Yeah, it's got a turbo boost on it as well. Hi Karen, he says, the Summer Meadow paper pad, beautiful. I ordered 2 but wish I could afford to order more. And I'll ask the question, because I know Sheena's going to get onto some more demos here, but she says, does Sheena have other techniques like using rock salt or shaving cream on card toppers?
Yes, salt, brilliant technique to do. We'll do that in another show. Anything that's water-based, definitely, and any salt works. Doesn't have to be rock salt, could be table salt. You're just going to get a different reaction depending on how big the grains of salt are.
Yeah.
Just bigger, chunkier salt gives it a bigger kind of like spread of the watercolor medium or ink. A littler one to get more of a little texture. All good.
All these things you can try. You'll find as well, if you go back and watch previous Colour Me Happy shows, loads of these sort of techniques that you mentioned, like the shaving cream and the salt technique as well. You'll find lots of that on those Colour Me Happy shows. So just go back and have a little bit of a look. Sharon Horn, thank you for sending in this beautiful picture. She has recently received the brushes and the paints and the Paint Fusion. That's a first attempt, that is.
Well done. That is so cool. I hope you're proud of that. Because we're really good at praising other people, and we're usually rubbish at praising yourself, but you should be well proud of that. That's gorgeous.
She signed the email off by saying, Sheena, I love your amazing talent. I love the fact that have you initialed that as well? You have. I love that. That is great. Sharon, congratulations. Marvellous.
Well nice one.
Send more pictures in, please, if you wish. If you want to show us what you've been up to recently, we would love to see. Oh, we love a gallery. We love a gallery. Right, let's get back on over. There you go, studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Let's get back on over to Sheena. What we're going to be having a look at, Sheena?
Well, I've been creatively stamping, just randomly. And I tell you what, I've used more than one set. I've used the berry set. I've used the rose, the full rose set, and I've used the butterfly set. And I'm going to show you how we're going to tie all this in together, because at the minute it looks a little bit disjointed. It's like, what's going on with that one? But we can fix it. We can make that look cool too.
Okay.
So I think I'll leave the stamp in there for the minute. We'll put all these bits. So what I've done is I've just stamped them all using the Flagstone waterproof ink pad. All right. And so now what I need to do is make this kind of joined up, make it look so it's all kind of part of the same thing. That looks like a wild rose. This looks like don't know, like nothing going on there.
Yeah.
But we're going to make that look like it's more like this, okay? And we can do that with our art liners.
Here we go.
So I think we'll use a 0.5 first with this one. So if we look in the middle, and if you're not sure, get a pencil, and actually this is the teeny weeny one. Picked up the wrong one. That's so fine. That's the one I needed. And use a pencil just to mark out the centre if you're not sure on where you think that centre could be. So if we say we'll do that there and just scribble. See, scribble, scribble.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll put another little kind of outside bit around here, like that. Because what we're doing is we're being guided by what these guys look like, yeah?
Uh-huh.
Like that, so scribble again. And it doesn't have to be super neat, and it looks better if it's not. So don't labour over it too much. Just have fun. And I would like to kind of make those other ones look a little bit less perfect, to be honest. They're looking a bit too neat. They're great for paint fusion, but we can make them look cooler by making them look a little bit more kind of, of a scribbly fashion, more sketched look, yeah?
And like you said, that's very doable, isn't it? It's just little
so
circles
doable,
and lines.
Yeah, absolutely, because you're just following one to the other. We'll bring these petals in there like that, so we're joining that up. So this was the full bloom rose, but now we're making it into something else, and we've made it look more like the other ones. We can make these maybe look a little bit more natural and jagged by bringing in some little lines like this around the outside to make them look less perfect around the outside.
Mm-hmm.
This is where, just have fun. These are your stamps. You can do this, even if you think, I can't do that, I'm not going to do that when anybody's watching. Do it when somebody isn't watching. Have a try. Get the art liners out and just see what you can do with them. And honestly, it's so cool because I love today because it's given me the chance to do what I keep saying we need to do, I'd love to do more of, is to show you how to get maximum use out of your investment.
Yes.
Because we never do. We're always usually time restricted on what we want to tell you, what we can share. But with today, we've got that luxury of being able to do that. And all of these things here are things that I do with my stamps, and I think you should give it a go too. Just have a play. It's absolutely it is very mindful, and because you've got the stamps there to help you, it really isn't as scary as you think. So have a go. Now you see that one looks much more like the other ones. Yeah. And we can join up some little leaves. I think we're pretty much okay, but that's kind of what I've done. The other ones I want to move on to.
It's brilliant.
I've done something similar with, you can draw little leaves in if you want. Just add some more. If once you get confident, and use the art liners to draw other leaves in to fill in. If you think, well, I could put a leaf in there, and you can add another leaf wherever, and you can put a little one come in. And a little tip is, if you do a little bit like this on one side and then like that on that side, it looks like your leaf's curled over. Can you see?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So just have a little bit play and add little bits. So what I've done, moving on, this is the one that I did more like the daisy we did earlier. So I stamped it using a very pale colour, and instead of using with this one, it's a quicker way to get there by stamping the ones that look like what they are, like these leaves look like what they are, in the anthracite colour. So it's already inked in a dark colour. But with this one, and with this one, which we're going to play with in a minute, I stamped it of everything using baby blue, and then I went over everything with the fine liner and drew in the detail. Do you want me to show you how I did that on a piece of card?
Yeah, why not?
And then we'll colour that in.
Yeah.
So there's two completely different, and the little bee I made a little bit fatter. And so they're projects that we can colour in if we have time at any point. And this is the one that we made earlier, if you want to look back and see how we did that one. So what I did was, if I'll use that piece there, I, bear with while I find the stamps. So let's if we pop the leaves on first for the berries, it's always nice. If you've got masking fluid or drawing gum and you want to just stamp them out and then go back over and ink them up later, it's a good thing to use as like a drawing gum or a masking fluid. So what I would do is put my berries on, then protect them, and then this might still be black, to be honest. I'll just like speed stamping.
Oh, so you could use like some of our masking tape on top. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't clean them properly, but it gives you the idea. So if you just pop some little bits like this, and it looks nice if it's coming across the side, and if you turn them around, it looks like you've got, it's the same leaf, but you can make it look different when you come to do the next bit. So we'll make it a little bit less dense than the other one, just for speed. And then we'll get the berries. And you know what, you don't even need use the two different sizes on the berries. Just use the bigger berry and we can make it larger or smaller.
Had me berries for breakfast today.
Did you?
Yeah, special K and berries, red berry special K. Very, very healthy breakfast today. And I only bring that up because I know 2 people not too far away from here who started their day with cake.
Yeah, who would that be? That's shocking.
Who are
Terrible.
those? Who are those people?
Oh, who would do that? A grown-up as well, I bet.
Yeah, it was a grown-up.
Should know better.
Not too. Yeah, cake for breakfast. Can you believe that?
I can't believe that.
Who
Terrible.
What an example to set, having a big juicy cake.
Eesh, and have no shame about it as well.
That's it. They came in bragging about it.
Blatantly.
Yeah, saying that they had cake.
Blatantly. Terrible. I wouldn't do that, no. Berries there.
Yeah, you would never do that, would you?
Would never do that.
Never dream of that.
Not me.
No.
Yeah. Not me, my lady.
Parker, get me some cake for breakfast.
Yes, my lady.
Have a bit of cake, my lady.
Nice bit of cake, my lady. What sort of cake do you want, my lady? What sort of cake was it, my lady?
It was a birthday cake, my lady.
It was a what cake?
Sprinkles.
Pickles?
Sprinkles.
Oh, sprinkles. Sprinkle cake. Nice bit of sprinkle cake, my lady. What did the other person have on their cake? Oh, same thing, was it? 2 slices of sprinkle cake, my lady.
Lovely, Parker.
And then I heard you had another slice of that for your lunch as well.
Yes, my lady.
Yes, my lady.
I was annoyed.
I'm just doodling berries as we're talking, in the style of Parker. If Parker drew a berry, I think this would be them. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm look at the ones that are closer to you, because they're going to be the ones that are more suitlier, like that, okay?
Just doodling berries, my lady.
Suitlier.
I like doodling, my lady.
We haven't even started on Thunderbirds yet.
Eh?
Marina. Oh, I love that.
Marina, aquamarina.
Yeah, she was brilliant, wasn't she? I thought she was so cool.
She was the mermaid.
She never spoke.
No, she didn't, did she?
No.
Was she a mermaid?
She was a mermaid.
Yeah.
And I thought, as a little, and I thought, oh, she's lovely, she's so cool. And then I realised she doesn't speak, so I moved on. I thought,
yeah, still the same.
I'm not role modelling on that one, as you can tell. I moved on quickly.
Yeah, Thunderbirds. What was the other one? Was it Joe 90, wasn't it? Was the other
Joe
one?
90, yeah. You know, I went to in Newcastle years ago. They had an exhibition of Jerry Anderson stuff.
Jerry Anderson.
Yeah, all this stuff. The real Joe 90 was there, right, before my very eyes. He was only about 2 foot tall, little Joe 90, yeah. But I tell you what, the thing that terrified me more than anything.
What?
They had a real Dalek.
Oh no, I used to hate the Daleks.
Yeah, complete was like egg boxes. One of the first ones, where it was clearly like egg boxes and a plunger. Yeah, but I was still stood rigid, terrified, Ben.
That's what they were like, wasn't it, the Daleks?
Yeah, they were. That was pretty good, Ben.
Thank you. The other ones that got me the most out of Doctor Who? Cybermen.
Oh, the Cybermen. They were scary.
Oh, I didn't like the Cybermen.
It's super scary now. Like the Daleks, they've moved on a lot from the Daleks. Whoa.
Yeah, I haven't watched a lot of the recent Doctor Who, but what was the one everyone was saying was terrifying? I can't remember the name of them, but some like scary creatures where if you blink, they get closer to you.
Oh, there was the angels. Was that the angels one? The statues that moved. If you looked, when you didn't look at them,
yeah, they moved.
Get closer. That was really creepy. Yeah. Oh yeah, there was. God.
There was a gas mask one apparently.
Oh.
What was that? A baddie with a gas mask on?
I remember that one as well. It was really scary.
Oh, so kid in a gas mask looking for his mum who's a little demon boy. What, and that was on at 7 o'clock at night?
Yeah. Oh.
Sounds a bit scary.
The kids were fine and all the adults are traumatised. It's awful. Oh.
And he shoved his little letter to the letterbox and what? Look around the house?
with his gas mask on. Oh, it was kind of menacing, that, wasn't it?
Which doctor was that with? Oh,
he was a great doctor. Oh, I tell you who I like though, Tennant. I still like Tennant.
Tennant was good.
Yeah, back in my day, of course, it was like, you know, your Pertwee.
Oh, Pertwee.
Way back then,
that was
yeah.
Wales or Gummidge, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Piece of cake, cup of tea. That one.
Yeah.
I live by those words as much as I can every day.
This morning you did, didn't you, for breakfast? You did this morning, you lived by those words.
As if I would, Ben.
I mean, oh yeah, sorry, wasn't you?
For breakfast, as if.
That other person.
That other person, yeah. So can you see how it's going? So that's what I'm doing. I'm just inking over that there. And then you're going to get something like this.
Oh, wow.
And then we will continue and we'll create a background. Now, I had planned something and I've changed my mind. So with this is another tryout before a live studio audience. We're going to do another, let's see if this works then, shall we? So yes, just letting you know that this one is a...
First time on network TV.
Exactly. So I'm thinking this is going to be strong colour and really bright and in the foreground and lovely, but we need a background. So I'm going to create a background using that large brush, and I'm going to use some sky type colours. So let's put some of this midnight there.
Yeah.
It's very clean though, but it's like not much of a British sky looking colour there. We might dirty it up with a little bit of anthracite just to see. That's probably more Newcastle colour sky there.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the colour of the sky on Sunday. I did the Gateshead Half Marathon on Sunday.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and that was
Wow.
the colour of the sky.
Yeah.
All day.
There you go.
Miserable.
And now I want some distant. Now, so when you're doing hills in the distance, they're usually more bluey because you've got your perspective, Ben. You know, where things get littler
Yep.
go in the distance and lines converge, so they come together at the horizon line. You've also got your aerial perspective. And what that means is things get more bluey, paler, washed out colour. So I'm going to use that I can't remember what I picked up now. Maybe even a bit of frosty jade. Let's try that.
Ooh,
no
frosty jade.
good. We need stronger colours because we're going to water them down. Bear
Yep.
with, I'll finally get there.
That's all right.
I need a bluey grey is what I need.
Bluey grey.
Bluey grey. It might just be a little bit of blue in with this one. I did have that. I'm going to put a little bit more anthracite in there.
More
Yeah,
anthracite.
let's try that.
Yeah.
Right, so, okay, so what I'm going to do... Oof, bit scared. Okay, be fine, I'm sure. I'm going to take some of this colour and I'm literally going to wash across.
Oh, hello.
I know, look at that. Straight on there. Look at that. No messing around.
Sheena's
just
gone
straight
rogue.
on there. Like that. And then I'm going to take some of this green and this anthracite and I'm going to start doing some little things like that. Yeah. And then maybe another little wibbly wobbly in a different fashion. And maybe get a bit more green as we come forward.
This is great.
Right.
Look at this.
We've got these little bits, we've got meteorites there, some water, so I'm just blending those out. But can you see how this is absolutely just this paper and is letting me do this? It's just so lovely. I'm having time to rework it. I'm not having to rush, just quite, you know, I should have, because you want to get all your colours out if you can before you start when you're doing this, but I didn't. So we've got what we've got now. So we'll put a little bit of so getting warmer as it comes closer, like this. And maybe a little bit stronger, so we'll add a little bit of this anthracite there just to give it a bit more of a foreground kind of. And we can go over with the inks to strengthen that if we want later. But what I want to do while it's still wet is take my brush and do some circles. And this is where you find you've got the right paper. Oh, this is lovely. Doing circles, and even with the big brush, just it's easier with a rounder brush, but you can still do it with this brush. So bigger clouds and then some wispy clouds.
Is that just dry brush you're using there, is it?
Sorry?
What are you doing there? Just dabbing on the brush off?
Dabbing the brush just with water,
Oh,
and
water,
then I'm going to get some paper and just do that again. And if what you want is kind of like fluffy-ish kind of edges like that. So where you've got it quite strong, and then soften it a little bit, and then have little wispy ones going across like this. So it looks like you've got a pretty cloudy sky going on. And that's where, honestly, Ben, this paper is so good. I can't tell you how good it is, because if you've got a paper that's got too much chalk in it, when you're doing this, what will happen is it'll not lift off for you. You'll not be able to lift the colour out, which is exactly what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
To create the illusion of those distant hills with a little bit of light on it. See?
They're very
so
clever.
You can easily put colour in, then take it out. Kind of, you're carving kind of like land, kind of the lay of the land kind of thing.
Yeah.
As you're going. And it just gives it that little bit of highlight, little bit of interest, so that it's not just a flat background. I'm just going to put that cloud just so that it finishes a little bit more over here. So you can tweak it and think, right, I want that there. And that, I think, we can do some little grasses and something at the bottom, but what we'll do is we'll use the dry blend method to do that. But I'm going to wipe this up and then dry the card, and then we'll colour the berries. How about that?
Marvellous. Samantha just said, I do cake for breakfast sometimes. That way I burn off the calories throughout the day.
Oh, that's me, yeah. Look at me, woo, burning them as we speak.
With all those calories getting burnt, look, woo, 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 wipe it up. Well now, says Tess, I guess I'll have to make a cake today. Sorry about the cake chat. It was those two people that had cake for breakfast. Robbie Hedrick says, I love all that you've made today. Love and Sheena embellishing the stamp, says Maria. And oh yes, yes, a few people talking about that Doctor Who baddie, which is making me go all shuddy now. I believe he said, "Mummy, mummy, are you my mummy?" Stop talking about scary monsters. Kathy Myers says, wow, holy smoke artichokes. I know, right? All these tips that you're picking up, all of these amazing techniques that you can be trying. If you've not yet got the pick of the day, that deal is just live for you now for the next, well, it's live until the end of play today, basically. I'll have a brand new pick of the day tomorrow, but if you want to pick up everything within it, all the details are on your screen right there.
It's about the quality of the product, really. If you're fighting with the product, if you're learning something new, you need to know that the learning process is just you. It's not you having to overcome an issue with something that you're trying to fix as you go. Start off with a good level playing field. This card is fantastic. The ink pads are superb. And you can do these things with that. That's how you can learn. And if you can do that with that, then you can do it with watercolours, and you can do it with other mediums. So, and repeat, that's it. So once you learn a few basic techniques, you are literally good to go.
Yeah.
So shall we colour these berries then?
Let's do it.
All right. So we'll, I think we'll do the berries first. Let's do that. Now this one's going to be a bit of a challenge, unless, I don't know why I went quiet then, unless, we'll see if it'll fall bleach a bit. We don't know.
Ooh,
it might be too late. We might have fixed it on there, but we'll give it a try. It's a big ask, but let's just see. It's lifting. It is lifting quite a bit. Yeah, you can see it on the end. Look.
Oh, hello.
What? Can I love this card anymore? I don't think so.
That's very impressive.
That's very impressive, Ben.
Yes.
Yeah, so that is super cool. Right, we love that. So what I want to do now, I'm not worried about these ones because it's quite pale. Although saying that, I'm not worried about them. And look at me, for bleaching them as well. But it'll look better because what you need for your berries, you need them to look fresh and juicy and healthy. And to do that, you need to leave a bit of white on them as a little glint. If you lose it, don't worry, because we can put it back with that other acrylic pen or a white gel pen. So we want that. We'll use some of this crushed velvet. Lovely. We'll do a bit of that. And we'll use a bit of Midnight.
Oh, but yeah. Oh, yeah.
At the Oasis.
Yes.
And possibly some black as well. Oh, I might have this problem.
Which black?
We'll use Noir.
Noir.
Noir. Noir.
Noir.
Noir.
Can't do
so
that.
It is.
That's it. One accent I cannot get.
Oh, really? I don't know. It just always sounds like I'm like, you know.
Noir.
Noir.
Noir. Can't do it.
So I'm going to pop a little bit on there like that and just...
I just realised as well that Noir black is black, isn't it?
Yeah.
Black.
Black.
Because Noir is...
It's black, yeah, exactly.
Well, I've only just thought about that. I am like Trey's fluent in franglais.
Trez fluent, yeah.
I did actually...
Is it like Del Boy French?
Bonnet de douche, Rodney. Bonnet de douche.
Mange two.
Mange two. I must have, sorry, talking about Mange two, I was going to tell you about the time I did a speech at in French at a town hall for a thing that we did on the radio, but I won't tell you about that. What I want to tell you about is Mange two. Have I told you about my son who, it was ages ago, I think it's the only time he's ever made dinner, and he was cooking, and he was doing a bit of chopping, like chopping the veg and stuff. So he's chopping a few bits and pieces up, and he got the packet of Mange two out of the fridge, and he said, "Oh, I'm going to chop some of the manga out in a minute." I was like, "What?" Manga. He says, "I'm going to chop up some of the manga out." I was like, "Manga out?" And he's like, "This." I was like, "Oh, Mange two." Yeah.
Oh.
No, but it was funny the way that he thought it was called manga out because that's what it reads as on the bucket instead of Mange two. So yeah, so that's what we call it from now on. If you ever have a bit of Mange two, want a bit of manga out with your dinner? Yes. Yeah. That's probably why he has never been in the kitchen since then. Bless him.
Oh.
Manga out.
Brilliant.
And get out.
So what I'm doing, Ben, is I'm using the brightest colour first. I'm using the pink because, again, like with the poppy when we did earlier, this is going to glow through. It's going to shine through all the other colours and look really, look, I got pink on there. Oh, see, in a monologue again. Oh, bear with.
Can that not just be something on the horizon? It
could be something on the horizon. Usually a butterfly. Yeah, we'll put a butterfly there. It's always a butterfly, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so what I would say is be careful where the ink, where your hand is. But can you see how vibrant that is and how just by building it up, you're getting those colours in there. So that's the fuchsia. Then we're using a bit of crushed velvet around the outside. So what I'm thinking is the bottom of the berries are going to be more blocked in with this colour. Less highlight on them, more of the purple, and then we're going to go more with the black as well. So that's going to give them that kind of contour look. So now the black underneath there, and it looks really, oh no, black, but when you see them growing, they're so dark in between those little cells, each little thing, and that's how they tend to, they look, the middle bit, again, it's that light bit will look lighter by making this bit darker. So be brave, pop that on there. Mm-hmm. And then we've got a couple of berries that are looking pretty juicy.
They are looking juicy.
Yeah. Should we do? We'll probably not colour the whole thing because I think I don't know, unless you would like to see a colour the whole thing. We can continue.
Nicholas says yes.
Okay, I'll continue.
Colour the whole thing.
Okay, the whole thing. Alrighty then. So just continuing again, leaving a little bit of white because we can always cover it over later if we think we didn't need it there, but just leave it on every one just so that you've got that option because you can't put it back if you I'm going to go and do these ones as well now, be a bit more kind of methodical with it as we're going to colour the whole thing and see how we can pick up the pace when we do the leaves a bit maybe. But you do want to spend the time just with these little things because that's what makes the berries. Could be blackberries, could be raspberries. Could be, you know what I loved in America as well? Boysenberries.
Boysenberries?
Boysenberries, yes. There was a place called Knott's Berry Farm.
Right.
And they used to do like jam or like jelly and call that's what like we would call it jam, they call it jelly.
Oh yeah.
And it had a theme park as well. And I went to this one years ago called Knott's Scary Farm. And at Halloween it was all done out it was brilliant. I loved it. So in Knott's Berry Farm there would be statues throughout the park. But in Not Scary Farm, they'd replace the statues with people that looked like statues, but then would jump out on you. Oh,
why was it called Not Scary Farm if it was scary?
Because it was scary for Halloween. So it would be normal Knott's Berry Farm theme park, but then for Halloween it was Not Scary Farm. Let me know if anybody's listening or watching from across the pond and you've been to Knott's Berry Farm and especially Not Scary Farm. Loved it.
Yeah, let us know.
But I spent most of the time running and screaming. I did burn off my cake that day, I'll tell you.
What, running away from the statues?
Yes, at speed, yeah. I was on high alert.
Do you know what? I love scary things, but don't get the chance to do, because I'd love to do one of those like that, those scare nights that you can go to. But
Yeah.
Mrs. M is not a fan of anything scary whatsoever, so not something I could really do with the other half. Well, I don't think you can't really take kids to fright nights, can you? I think they're normally like over 18s, aren't they? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can't take the kids along to those like scary farms. Oh, you want
You
to go,
did
Charlotte?
with Not Scary Farm.
You could take them there.
Yeah.
But you just said you were running away from living statues.
Yeah, but the kids didn't care. I was terrified. They
Ah.
were like, yeah, whatever. And I was like, through the whole thing, like, you know. Bit of a show up, really, Ben.
Huh?
I was a bit of a show up.
Yeah, well, I'd be up for doing. Oh, I know about Knoxbury Farm, says Linda Armstead.
Yay! Thank you.
I tell you what I could go with, actually. I've just thought Craig, because he loves it, doesn't he? He's just come back, Craig, from a weekend with Yvette Fielding. You know, Most Haunted.
You're kidding?
I mean, he didn't just go away for a weekend with Yvette Fielding.
I was going to go.
But
I watch all of those programmes.
Yeah.
Seriously, I love them. Yes.
he's just done some like ghost hunt with Yvette and some other guy from the show.
Carl and Yvette,
Yeah.
and because used to be Derek Okora was the medium used to be on.
Yeah.
The guy. Yeah, we
Yeah.
watch all of them. Got them all. Watched them.
He's just done that.
Yeah.
He enjoyed it. Did a Ouija board or whatever they call it, and
Oh, got to be careful of that
no,
one.
apparently. I don't think he saw any ghosts or ghoulies there. I'm not sure.
I love it, but if I heard anything or saw anything, that would be worse than Not Scary Farm, that's for sure. Not Scary Farm would be pale in comparison.
I remember Knott's Berry Farm, says Carolyn Wilson. Never got there at Halloween though, but I do remember the jam.
Oh, the jam's lovely, yeah. Delicious. Yeah, it was boysenberry. And that's the first time I'd ever seen a boysenberry.
Oh, boysenberry.
Boysenberry.
I thought you were saying
Like big, they're like
poisonberry.
huge blackberries, like massive ones. Yeah.
Oh, edible?
Yeah, edible. Yeah, lovely.
Boysenberry.
Yeah. Thing of
Poison.
beauty. Joy forever. Right, so should we colour some of these leaves in then? Right, let's do, let's give them that warm kind of underglow, that kind of straw, pale. We could try, nah, too pale. This is where when you're colouring in, you want the strong colours, Ben. You need the strong colours.
Yeah.
We need the intense colour, okay? The yellow, the green, maybe the dark green, maybe a bit of purple in there as well. Why not? Because it'll reflect with the berries.
Nice.
Yeah, let's see what we got.
Yeah.
Okay. So start off again. This would be better if we full bleached it a bit. But what we'll get, because that's got a bluey background, we'll get a bluey kind of tone on there anyway. So I'm just going across with this yellow.
Lots of love for your berries as well.
Oh, thank you.
Colleen is a big fan. Says the berries are beautiful.
Thank you.
Something quite nice about going to like a pick your own farm, isn't there?
Yeah.
You know, when you pick your own. I used to like going with the kids to pick your own strawberries.
Oh, strawberry picking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did they all make it into the basket?
Well, you had
Well,
to keep an eye on the little ones, didn't you? Because I mean, especially mine, you'd tell them that they couldn't. But then it's like a red rag to a bull, isn't it? They go in, then they nick loads, and then you're supposed to then, aren't you, put like money in the honesty box with the amount of strawberries that you've kind of tasted before you bought them.
Yeah.
I always think we got our money's worth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, we did put money in the honesty box. How dare you, Nicola? How very dare you? But no, but you know the kids don't eat too many, and they'd be stuff. It'd be like one for me, one for the basket.
Two
one
for me, one for the basket.
Exactly that kind of thing. So by the time you got round, you knew you'd probably got, I don't know, twice as much as you should have done. But that was a great way to keep the kids quiet. Take them to the old pick your own strawberry farm, and then they had the old raspberry farm up the road. Blow your own. Blow your own.
Blow your own. No.
Oh, that is not in the joke book, actually.
You need joke book number 2.
Oh,
Definitely.
I still need to get joke book number 1 from. If the sound is up in the Evesham store currently.
I'll do what I can. When I get back, I'll.
Oh yes, why am I even saying? Because that's your neck of the woods.
That's where I'm living. It's like 5 minutes away from where I live. I'll have a look for you. Yeah.
I need about 5.
I think they only had 2.
Oh, that's because
But you want both of them.
Yes.
All right.
Because they're obviously very, very good sellers in the shop.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was why there's only 2 left, obviously.
Yeah.
There would have been less had I purchased one myself, but I thought,
you should have done. But like you say,
yeah.
you know, if you'd have bought the book, it would have spoiled all of the great jokes and fun you've had today.
Well, I wanted to enjoy them in real time, in
Yep.
the moment, Ben.
Mhm.
That was the thing. I didn't want to spoil it for myself, you know.
That's it.
Today, I would be treated to those gems live.
Like my favourite, I got stung by a bee the other day. £10 for a jar of honey.
Oh no! I was waiting for the joke then, and then I seemed to appear to have missed it.
That
Sorry,
was-
Ben.
That was the joke.
It was brilliant. Yeah, it took
That
a
was the-
while, and then I went, oh right, that was it.
Same sort of
Brilliant.
reaction I get from Charlotte whenever I tell a joke. You like the joke the other day I did for Johnny, didn't I, with his haircut? The Watership Down haircut. Thank you.
What was the Watership Down haircut?
Well, I said because you know, producer Johnny, he had his hair shaved, so he didn't have much hair on the top of his head. So I said he's got what's known as the Watership Down look, 2 hairs over a wide open space.
Oh.
Even though they're rabbits in Watership Down, but yeah. I'm not doing very well here, am I?
Lovely. Yeah. Okay.
Let's move back to Joanne Duddy says, what do you call a sad strawberry?
What do you call a sad strawberry?
A blueberry.
Ah, cool. Yeah. Yeah.
I love your reactions to oh yeah, cool. Yeah, good one.
Ah.
I saw Ricky Nelson sing at Knott's Berry Farm, says Sherry Miller.
Cool. You know who I saw at Disneyland? They've got a little island thing there. Frankie Valli was singing. Can you believe it? The real Frankie Valli was just like wandering through before he made like the big comeback, kind of, you know, and everybody's watching the Jersey Boys and all that. Yeah. Yeah, Frankie Valli.
Frankie Valli was in 4 Seasons.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, Charlotte's just asking what did he sing? You know,
uh-huh.
oh what a night.
That's the one.
Late December. And big girls don't cry.
That's the one. Very
And,
high voice.
Walk like a man, talk like a man.
You've got them all there, Ben, haven't you?
I love what's the Jersey Boys, isn't it?
The Jersey Boys, yeah.
Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's brilliant.
No. Oh yes, I have seen the film. I did. I watched it on a plane. Funnily enough.
The film?
It was on a plane.
Oh, I saw about the musical.
Somewhere.
I didn't think I knew there was a
Yeah.
film of Jersey Boys.
Yeah.
Oh, there
So I
you
didn't
go.
see them on a plane. Yeah. I tell you who lived around the corner from me. This is like.
What, in
mega
America?
Clint, yeah. Donny Osmond.
No.
Donny Osmond. I saw him at the local shop once. Yeah. He lived in Irvine in California.
What was he
Yeah.
buying at the local shop?
Sorry?
You just popped in for some milk or something, had you?
Well, I thought, oh, Donny, I had a poster of him on my wall when I was a young'un, and there he is before my very eyes.
Was Donny Osmond, is he Puppy Love?
Yeah. Yeah. And the Osmonds did the Crazy Horses, remember
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Whee! Whee! Yeah,
Donny Osmond.
that's the one.
Boysenberries are delicious, says Amy O. They're a cool hybrid of European raspberries and blackberries with American dewberries and loganberries.
There you go, you see? I knew, I hadn't made them up. Your boysenberry. There you are, you learn all kinds on these shows, eh?
I never knew about so many different types of berries, dewberries and loganberries. I'll have to Google those at the end of the show.
Yeah, lovely. Johnny Loganberries.
Johnny Loganberries won the Eurovision Song Contest for Ireland.
What's another year?
Yes,
That was the one, yeah.
that was around about the time that Bucks Fizz won, wasn't it? I think maybe the year before.
Was it after that? I don't
Was it
know.
just after?
I want to say Bucks Fizz was before that.
HE won Bucks Fizz, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I want to say Ireland won slightly before that. I think maybe I'm wrong. Notice how the gallery's gone quiet since we've been chatting about all these things like way back in the
Yeah, it's like, oh.
70s and 80s.
Yeah. It's like you just get that look like,
No idea what you oldies are talking about.
bless. I'm reminiscing again.
Hey, not the good old days.
Yeah. Can you see how when you put the purple on this, it goes browny, which is really cool. It gives it really kind of an earthy look, but it gives it the shading it needs as well, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
I had a lovely time just colouring in here, by the way, chatting.
That's it.
I hope everyone else is okay with that. I normally don't have the luxury of finishing something in real time. Like, whoa, look at this. Look at that. Yay. And then this will be on the, well, we've done two. We'll have 2 cards for this show so
Oh, yeah,
far.
we'll do the...
That might be it, mind. I don't know if we'll get much more done.
Do the vote for the demo of the show, yeah.
Yeah.
But it won't be long. We're nearly done. 25 minutes to go.
What? Where does it go, Ben?
Flies over, doesn't it, eh?
It does, absolutely. So I've got the yellow on there. I'm going to go with the green now. Pop that on there.
Time flies when you're having fun.
So it's just a process. So use the yellow first, then use the green, and then we'll go over and darken some little bits with that brown colour. Well, it's actually the crushed velvet, isn't it? That goes brown when you use it on top of the... Because obviously yellow and purple, opposite on the colour wheel. So whenever there's opposite, you're going to get brown or grey. So, yeah. And that's what's happened. And that's what we want. It's all good. So speed colouring that bit there, filling that in as if there's more leaves going on. We'll put this one a bit darker, make it go back a bit behind that one, make that look like there's a dark leaf in there, even though we've just made it up that little bit. That one there.
Your painting is fabulous, Sheena, says Heidi Hess.
Oh, thank you.
And so lifelike. I wish painting came naturally for me. I did buy your paint and expect miracles, lol.
Well, it's out of everything. The more you do it, the easier it gets, is what it is. So I'm going to wipe that up there, show you what we've got, and I'll tell you what I would do, but whether we want to put the time into it or not, we don't know, we'll see. But what I would do is darken the berries a little bit. They're looking a bit too full colour. I think they need a bit more black on there. So just to darken them up a little bit. You could even put some darker tones in amongst that foliage to make it look, but it depends what look you want. If you want it to look a little bit more painterly and you know, vibrant, just leave it like that. I think it looks pretty like that. But I would, let's see if we pop a little bit of that on there, just see if it looks a little bit better. Just, again, just a little bit darker on the berries, the majority of them. Just leave a little bit of a highlight on the, maybe it's the pink I'm not loving. It could be the pink that's just too much showing. But that's what you do. That's all in the creative process. You do something and then you think, oh, okay, I might do that, I might add that. I think it'll look better when I do this bit now. Because you don't automatically know. And you know, people will say, wow, they think that you just do something and you get it right the first time every time. You really don't. No. You know, when we do anything on TV, you'll see the result of a bit of trial and error. You know, it's it doesn't just automatically happen. You have to try it to see if it's going to work. If you've got sense, you would do that before a live show, but most of the time I'd wait until we've got a live show and go, oh, shall we have a try of this? But it's like everything, it's like cooking. If you learn the ingredients that work together, things that worlds should never meet, you've got more chance of success if you know that, you know, this'll be okay with this and that'll be okay with that. Yeah. So perfect. I think I'll not probably just too much more to that. But you put your grit in on there. I would put that there, and that'll cover that little bit of ink I've got on there. Lovely. I'm saying I won't. Can I do one more thing? Let me do one more thing, because I would do something. And this is again showing you how cool ink pads are. Let me just really quickly dry that berry, and then let me show you what I mean. Right, I just need this little bit at the bottom dry. Okay. And maybe a bit at the top. Right, so what I would do, just to give it a bit more depth and perspective, instead of going back with like a blending tool to darken the sky in the foreground, you can literally just use your blending tool to dry blend over that to give it that intensity of colour. So, because what you want is to give it that aerial perspective, that depth, is to strengthen the foreground a little bit more. So it makes it look like you're looking back into the picture more than before. Can you see how that looks? I think that looks better.
Oh, yeah.
Stronger there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then we can do the same with a little bit of sky, maybe with the dark blue or the grey. We'll try a little bit of anthracite, so because it could be too blue, the other one. Yeah, so just darken that little bit at the top. So can you see how it's about using the skills and the tools that you know work, to your advantage. So you know that. I'm going to darken all of it in here so it looks like it's more dense in amongst this foliage as well. And it looks like it's coming out of the dark there. Can you see it's toned that down? It looks more natural coming in.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think I'm going to actually go around this with that as well. Make that the little bit of a vignette around the whole thing. So black would be a little bit harsh, but I think the anthracite is a really nice kind of just enough to draw your eye into the centre of the composition. That finishes it off a lot. Those little finishing touches, and it's what it's done as well is it's toned down that bright, vivid green with the berries as well. So there you go.
Perfect.
Another. Using just the ink pads to colour. We can full bleach these out a bit more and put some, use the white for the clouds and that as well if you want to put them back if you've lost them a bit.
Lovely.
Easy done.
Marvellous. Marvellous. Clarice just saying, very, very beautiful, Sheena.
Very beautiful, thank you.
And Diane just saying, so pretty, Sheena. As well. If you want to go for the pick of the day, it is this bundle here, everything that you're seeing on the stands here. So you're going to get all of those beautiful stamps within the collection. All the stamps that Sheena's been playing with today are included. So you're going to get the daisy in there. You've got the poppies, you've got the gorgeous butterfly, the beautiful Simply Sweet in there. There's tons and tons of these stamps to be working with. And indeed, this one here within the rose bloom that Sheena used in the first demo today, and then created that beautiful floral with just using the art liners, which are also within this collection, of course, as well. If you go for the pick of the day, you've got all of the stamps, you've got all of these extras to go with it as well. So those extras are, again, items that you'll have seen Sheena using right throughout the day today to make it easier for you. So the rocker blocks are in there. You've got that gorgeous premium watercolor paper in there as well. Alongside that, misters, your blending tools, you've got your art liners in there. Also, one of our water reactive ink pads included too. The deal on the Showstopper is that if you go for it, you get all of the tools included for half the price that you would pay if you went for them individually. And you also get double points on the Showstopper as well. It's only available today. The Showstopper is not here tomorrow, and the double points will not be here on that deal either. So it's a great opportunity to grab it all for £55.17 or $71.17. I know lots of you have already bought the stamp, so if you just want to go for the collection on its own, you can do that. If you go for the tools collection on their own, it works out that you get the rocker blocks for free. However, if you just want to go, so yes, if you want to go for that, it is on your screen right there. So hang on a minute. So that's the tools. So if you go for this bundle that you've got here, then the rocker blocks come to you for free within the bundle, £34.36 or $47.96. Or if you just want to go for the stamps on their own, details coming up onto your screen right now, £37.99 or $47.19 for those. Right, let's get the vote in on the card, your favourite project of the show. Sheena, take us through them.
Okay, so we have card number 1, which was the inky background with the sparkle paint pen, the overlay, and giving you that lovely background, and the acrylic pens to make those silhouette. And then the second card, number 2, is the one we've just completed using the berries, paint fusion stamps, and the water reactive ink pads there. So they're the 2 cards, 1 or 2.
So get voting, 1 or 2. You've got, 3-4 minutes.
Whoa, okay.
It's over to you.
Loads of time.
Loads of time. Mary Beth Doyle says, I am mesmerised by Sheena. And Evelyn says, I never knew that something this beautiful could be made with our ink pads. Very versatile, as you can see. We are going to have a look at the ink pad storage trays. Again, very handy to have these if you are jumping and grabbing the ink pads today. These are absolutely perfect for storing those in. They'll store 6 trays you're going to get here, rather. 6 trays, which each hold 3 of our ink pads. So again, perfect for popping in all of our ink pads, and actually what you'll find with these as well, it's difficult to show you in the black, but you've got the little lip on the back, so if you've got any of those square ink pads, you know the ones, those will fit in there nice and easily for you too. But just a really, really lovely way to be able to pop all of your ink pads in there, whether you stack these vertically, whether you go side to side with these, or indeed you can stagger these across your craft desk as well. It's entirely up to you. 18 will go in there. So basically, if you think about all of the different colours that you're going to get within the ink pads that we've got in each collection, 36, isn't it, colours within each, whether you go for water active, your quick dry, or your opaque pigment ink pads, then 2 lots of those trays will store everything in there. So £9.51 gets you 6, which stores you 18, or $13.98 if you're platinum is the price on those. Oh, right, okay, so we are going to take a quick break and we're going to give you the opportunity to check out your baskets, also get in your votes on your favourite project of the show, and when we come back we will wrap it all up. We'll be back in about 3 or 4 minutes time. Our craft experts come from all over the UK to HQ up in the northeast, and here they are telling you a little bit about where they're from and what it's famous for.
I'm originally from London, so Stoke Newington I was born and bred, and loved London. I mean, I love London now, something really magical about being in the capital. Grew up in Norfolk, loved it. The countryside, the scenery, it was very green and just beautiful and picturesque. I now live in Bedford, which is brilliant for work and life, because I feel like Bedford is sort of central to all these places around us, so I get to see so many different places. It's just great to be there.
So I live in Barnsley. It's and I say a town, it's a town in South Yorkshire. And South Yorkshire's a gorgeous place. Barnsley in particular, I love. It gets a lot of flack, but it's a really beautiful, picturesque place to live, especially because there's lots of green places around there, lots of lovely parks and things like that, but it is a gorgeous place to live. Elthicka, neighbouring village to us, which is just full of history, and I love going there ever such a lot. Famous, what's it famous for? Oh, the most famous thing I can think of is a film called Kes. A local author called Barry Hines, who lived in Oiland Common, made a very famous film called Kes that is well known from where I am, and actually filmed literally around the corner from where I live.
Many of our viewers bring up time and time again, and that's our wax seal gate.
Thinking, Joe, it might not work as well because I've put too much. Oh, I've forgotten to put my thing in place.
Because I have a way of words that I think that doesn't engage with that and can come out all wrong. Water.
That wasn't the one you just washed your brush in, was it?
Sorry. Yes, but it doesn't matter.
No, it wasn't, was it? It was. Are you kidding?
I'm going to have to say, it's a slip of the tongue. I'm going to say it's maybe to do with my Scottish accent. I'm maybe going to say it's because of Mr. Ben Moseby. He is, well, yeah, he doesn't help matters.
I've made pots that have exploded when I fired them. I've done zips in inside out. It happens to everybody.
We've all spilt our glitter all over our project or knocked the water over.
You're right.
I've just noticed I've got my dress on inside out.
So I was messing about doing some backgrounds with the sparkling, took the lid off it and managed to catch the pot somehow, and the whole thing came towards me, down my front, across my lap, onto the floor.
Went to reach for the water and, you know, do the tapping with the and so there was less tapping and more sort of a tsunami. I've got some.
Welcome back, everybody. Really enjoyed the show, says Claire Abbs. First time watching Sheena, definitely won't be the last time. That is from Claire. Love WFH on a Wednesday. WFH. Oh. Work from home. Look at you with all the acronyms. Never heard that one before. Woofer. Picking a make of the day is going to be so difficult today, says Stephanie. I've got the result, unless you want to wait for a second. The demo of the show. Number 2, Sheena.
Number 2. Number 2.
Number 2.
Berries.
There we go. The beautiful berries.
Hey.
That is stunning, actually, to be fair. Just needs a beautiful frame and stick it on the wall.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That'll do it.
Thank you.
Marvellous. We've got about 10 minutes or so. What can we have a look at in the last 10 minutes?
Well, I love this card that Pamela's created. Again, using fusion stamps, but not in a fusion fashion at all. And that lovely little butterfly there, isn't that gorgeous? So I thought I'd have a quick, I'll not make the card in this time, but we can do the main bits of the card and show you how to paint them. Yeah?
Yeah.
That's good. So what Pamela's done is she's actually stamped, multi-stamped and masked this whole thing in one kind of fell swoop in a kind of a strip. Yeah. But what I've done is just cut the flowers out separately, and I'm going to colour them in. So it's going to be a nod to, but not exactly the same as. And I won't necessarily have the same colours because I'm not sure what Pamela used for hers, but I'm going to try and get as close as I can using the ink pads that we have.
Okay.
So I've used the honey pot on the base of the this orangey flower, and now I'm using some of this gorgeous the Chinese red for the centre kind of glowing kind of part there to do that. And we can always darken the colour if we need to. We can add more. So just add a little bit of colour, then again, same thing, water, and just drag it out. So all that, we can add some more water, yellow to that to strengthen this colour here. But what I'm kind of experimenting as I'm going as well, Ben, to try it out. But it looks pretty close. It looks not too bad at all with what Pamela's got. And then just, again, like that. And then we can strengthen the yellow a bit more if we want a bit stronger colour. Go over that again, and that'll make that pop a little bit more. So just add in there. I like that lovely sunny little flower.
Very pretty.
Pretty, isn't it?
Kind of flowers I wish I had in my garden.
Simple as that. There you go. And then the centre, Pamela's used like a brown colour. So let's use we've got a warmer brown in the Friar brown, and also the seal brown is a bit cooler tone. So the thing is, if you want to warm this up, so you can always add a little bit of that red or the yellow to it to get that effect. Oh, I've just put, look at that. Look at that. Spot the fingerprint.
Ah, well, nothing perfect in nature, is there, Sheena?
Yeah, no, it makes it look very natural. There you go, fixed. That's it. And then you can just literally, have a little bit of play with that. Paint that one. We'll paint the butterfly in a sec because I think that just looks so lovely with that little sparkle overlay. So that's the orangey one painted, and we can put some more detail in that later if we want, but that's pretty.
Beautiful.
The pinky one, it's kind of like a corally pink. So again, I could use this Chinese red as a base colour on there, very pale, watered down. Just going over there. This is how I would set about thinking, well, I like that. How will I get there with these colours that I have? Because you don't need every single exact shade. You can get pretty close if you've got an idea of the colours that to mix to get there. So we've got a warm tone there as a base coat, and then we can use this fuchsia and possibly a bit of this purpley colour, and then pop a little bit of colour in that like this, to get more of a, and then we can go over again with that red to intensify it. So just have a little bit of a play with the colour. That's not looking too bad there. I'm liking that and that, and there. And I'm speed painting down here, so just to try and, you can slow it down, take your time, be a bit more careful with it, but just trying to fit as much as I can in for you. Yeah.
I'd like the idea of just cutting a few of these out like you've done, and just having, like you say, having a play, having a mix and a match with the colour, see what works, see what doesn't work.
Exactly.
And if it doesn't work, you've wasted a bit of cardstock, haven't you, at the end of the day?
Absolutely. And what you can do, Ben, is sometimes, you don't get exactly what you wanted, but sometimes you get something that is just as nice. So that's fine. Just, don't be too rigid with it. As it's working out, this is looking pretty close, and I know that I can, if I put another shade over it, I'll get closer again. So not bad at all. We're doing okay here. and pop that on there, and again just drag that colour out a little bit, and it kind of starts to shade itself. Can you see how you've got all those pretty little different shades and tones and colours? I'm tempted to not blend over it too much, but with this card you can go back over and blend in the colours if you want. But I'm going to use a little bit of that, and just go around the centre a little bit darker there, tidy that up a little bit, just like that, so darker just in there. And actually I can do that on this one as well. If you pop a little bit on there, that'll just darken that centre like that. So we've got that one done. And then the brown in the middle with a little bit of the purple more in the centre. And we've got 2 flowers coloured there. And that's really what I would just repeat that and match them up. And the butterfly, it's mostly just going to be one colour. So if we start with this purpley colour, just at the base of the wings, like this, so quite intense, not much water. Now clean the brush off and start to just drag that water up the wing, little by little. You're going to get that lovely kind of ombre, kind of faded effect from the darker, intense at the base to lighter. And if you add more while it's still wet, it's going to be easier to blend in again. So simple as that. I'll put a little bit behind that wing as well, a little bit darker there, and then drag that up. But what's going to look really pretty is the sparkle we'll pop on it shortly.
Oh yeah.
Pop that there. We've packed the painting in this 2 hours, Ben.
I feel like you've done a lot over the course of the last 2 hours and gone quite in depth as well.
You know, I think I need a bit of cake. So just like, for energy before we do the...
Well, that's it. And three balanced meals as well,
Well, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do? The only problem is I don't know if there'll be any cake left because the cafe's shut now, isn't it? So unless she's left any in the kitchen.
Somebody's got some stashed away and was thinking ahead of the game.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Just have a look in the kitchen and leave some money on the counter.
Yeah, that might have already been taken care of though, Ben, just saying. Yeah. You're thinking ahead. Priorities sorted. So that's the little butterfly there. And then I would put some sparkle over it. Where's my sparkle pen? And dry it. Lost my sparkle right in front of me. But you also want to be careful when you put the lid on your sparkle pen. You don't want to do what I've just done. Can you see how that's kind of, I've pushed the bristles back.
Splurged a bit, is it?
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Just be careful. And then I would put a little bit of black on those little bits there, as Pamela has, but I can't put that on yet because it's still wet. But look at the sheen on that. It's so pretty, gorgeous. So simple to colour. And I would definitely, if you're not going to cut in between these, try and make it the colour of the thing it's going to sit on against in the background. But all Pamela's done is just added just a little bit of the black detail to that. And it's just so pretty. It works a treat, does it not? So
Sheena bringing the sheen.
And the butterflies, there you go.
I love it. Great way to wrap things up. Thank you for all the lovely comments coming through. Denise Stars is saying, I am bewitched by Sheena. We've got more Sheena coming up for you later on in Beautiful Beginnings, where again we encourage your questions, encourage you to ask anything when it comes to anything that we've got on the show, anything which is bugging you as far as sort of colouring is concerned. Feel free to fire those questions our way, and I guess it's just going to be more tips and techniques with you at 6, is it?
Absolutely. Well, we've got so much more we can do.
Excellent.
More colouring, if you want to know. Colouring especially.
Yeah. Love it. That is all coming up in a couple of hours' time. In the meantime, don't forget to check out the web. All the deals are there. Plus, of course, if you're buying individual items, you can use that code. It is CROWN20 to get an extra 20% off. And do make sure you shop all of these goodies as well. Lots of deals to be had. We will see you, though, for that Beautiful Beginnings show in just a couple of hours' time. Massive thank you to Sheena. Thanks to you for watching. We'll see you then. Bye for now.